This is the Desphere 13, and this is something I haven't done in a while. A Minecraft video. I know, weird, right? Yeah, don't get too hopeful. I I've actually been working on this for quite a long time. It's my internet's out, don't really feel like doing anything else, bored project. And as you can tell, I haven't really gotten all that far. In fact, it was only, I think, the last time I started to plan out how far the roof would go. But as you can tell, it's not like I don't, attempt to do anything with it. It just gets the better of me sometimes. And while this certainly looks impressive, it's really not. Now, the main reason you see these big, long, open windows is because I haven't actually figured out the layout of the room. I've put the pattern on the floor, and I do plan to make it somewhat multi-storied. So, like, for example, let's see, on this level, not that level, but all along this level, have a floor with maybe a staircase somewhere over here-ish to get up there, and obviously a way up to this balcony. Or maybe even just bring this entire piece up right here into kind of an extra layer of sorts, just to kind of look out over the land of Minecraft. But yeah, this is about as far as I've gotten. Obviously, I don't know how to do those cool time-lapse things. I do apologize for that. But given the circumstances, I don't think I could even bring myself to play this game for more than a couple of hours. And that's because the repeating textures give me a bit of a stomachache, and that's not something you want to be worrying about when playing a game. It should also be noted that I do not play in anything other than creative, not because I can't play the game, but because I know how to play the game. I've had it for a while, and while I could mod, while I could get on servers, I do enjoy creating a lot more. And if you have a link to an XVM, well, not an XVM, MC Edit, there's the mod that I'm looking for. An MC Edit mod that actually works in this latest version of it, I would be greatly enthusiastic about it, and would thank you very much. So what else is there? Well, let's see. I'm not sure what else there is to really talk about. I mean, there's a few different things I could do. Obviously, I mean, this is Minecraft. It's a world of endless possibilities. But I guess one of the things that I would really love to enjoy right now is making full advantage of the landscape that I've spawned in. Now, this is an older world, updated, so on and so forth, but I think I spawned right over there in that field. Simply flew up, looked around, lava pits, snow hills, and of course this kind of flattish area right over here. So, let me just finish off this floor area right in here. And it's kind of a toss-up as to what I want to do with this thing. Because, yeah, while I could, completely ignore the interior, I do enjoy actually, finishing completely a house, making it actually look livable, make it functioning. Something that if I wanted to, I could drop into survival mode, and everything, all the equipment would be there for me, where I don't really need to start in a dirt hut, essentially, where there's a bed, there's plenty of rooms in case I decide to use this world for a server, well, more of a survival server. There's an area nearby where I could easily get resources if I so needed, which these kind of biomes are great for minerals. There's plenty of trees that direction. There's some flat grass right there. I don't know if that gets snowed on, but it definitely is a unique area. I will say that. It's quite nice to see how all this has come along. And I mean, when I first joined Minecraft, it wasn't the most polished of things. And in fact, the school that I went to absolutely hated the game because you could save it onto a flash drive and play free versions of it. It wasn't some big, oh look, every time you log in on a new computer, we're going to charge the account that you use to such and such amount, yada yada yada. It was download it. Once you've downloaded it, download it as much as you want. And I'm not really too concerned if another user logs into it. Just have fun. And the school I went to absolutely hated Minecraft. It wasn't the whole, oh look, they're wasting time aspect that they were so PO'd about. It was more of the compromising of systems. Something was constantly being downloaded onto the computers. People would actually use the server functions, and it just would not end the greatest for the school. And they didn't really like it at all. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. But it's definitely brought a weird light to the subject that is Minecraft. And the whole idea of what a sandbox game should be. Where, if I remember correctly before, yeah, there were a few games that did the whole sandbox thing pretty good, but it was more of chemical reaction this, electricity that, more towards the whole, this is used for simulations, not actually for fun kind of thing, where Minecraft kind of broke that mold quite greatly, to the point to where it was, if the simulations weren't fun, it was kind of a waste to look at. Which I'm actually quite glad, because there were quite a few classes that I took throughout high school where wasn't really a good idea to have Minecraft, but if you had it, you knew at least a little bit about how to use a CMD drive or something of the like. And that was always quite a nice thing, because it was, oh look, you can't do this, you can't do that, to, hold on a second, if I do this, this should be the result, and that should happen. And it was a phenomenon. I mean, it was massive in terms of what could and could not be done. Now, obviously, as it's reaching older years, it's gone through quite a lot of changes. It's not the extremely polished, well-fed game that it used to be, at least from what I know, because I have lost quite a bit of track with it. And it's just been kind of a nice thing to sit back, relax, and kind of see how this whole thing has unfolded. So what I want to do is right there, right there. No, that's not center. I want to say right there and right there. So if I line myself up and drop down, yep, there it is. And there have been quite a few things which Minecraft had really reinvented. It wasn't this doom, gloom, first-person shooter, death this, death that. It was, have fun on your own. Figure out what you want to do, figure out how you want to do it, and go for it. It wasn't this developer saying, oh, you have to do this, oh, you have to do that. while some developers really would have liked you to have done all that, it wasn't mandatory, per se. It wasn't to the point to where if you didn't do it, you could lose access to the game, and you had to repay and all that kind of jazz. It was more or less, enjoy it. You've paid for it, you've earned it, enjoy it. And I personally, I can't speak as to the state of the game, but I know it's made leaps bounds. It's a standard now. If you can't be the same standard as Minecraft, you kind of don't have a game. Where if you didn't have the ability to see what was going on and interact with how your game actually worked, you were going to have quite a bit of problems. And it's a standard. It really is. There's really not much you can do to say or do to really change it. It knows exactly what it is, and it knows exactly what it wants to do, and I'm probably, yeah. What I was thinking of doing right here is putting in a massive blaze, like 2 blazers light up this area, but I think instead what I'll do is include some glowstone somewhere. And there. And right there. And right there. And right there. Yeah, I could probably raise these up a bit more. Put these back in place to kind of round that out. Yeah, not looking too bad. I mean, it's definitely could be a lot worse. And it's just been one of those things where it makes complete and utter sense to most people nowadays, where it kind of did redefine what it meant to be a game, and how to go about making a game, and all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, I know I'm just kind of BSing my way through this right now, but back when this thing was first made, it was, I mean, there's a reason why a lot of the big famous YouTubers nowadays had used this game as a starting point. It's a fun, interactive, imaginative game. It never told you this is the right way, this is the wrong way. It always just said, you know, here you go, off you go. Enjoy the tools that you have been given, and if you want more, make them. In game and out of game. If you wanted something to be done automatically, like you wanted this modification mod that you could make one structure and just use it again and again and again without having to actually remake the structure, just click a couple of keys, do this, do that, and voila, you've made the same structure. And you can go in and alter it, make some additions, some subtractions to it. Or you wanted more mobs, you wanted a certain type of mob to be harder, you wanted a lot more to build, you wanted a lot more to succeed in, you wanted to play a game within Minecraft, you wanted to play a game outside of Minecraft. You could do it. It never once has said, oh, this is how you play Minecraft, and if you don't, you're playing it the wrong way, and we're gonna shut down your account, and yada yada yada. The only, I guess, wrong way to play Minecraft is not to pay for it, because you can't get on, well, you shouldn't be able to get on servers then. And, while, yes, I used to be on a few servers, I never really took part in, like, PvP or anything like that. I always was just a builder. I I enjoyed a wide variety of palettes and things that I could do, and all sorts of stuff as such, where I could build and kind of show off what I knew about the game and my expertise in building and that kind of stuff. Not this whole PvP, I'm stronger than you aspect, because I didn't really see the point into it. Actually, let's see here. No. What I'm going to end up doing here is something along the lines of this. So what I think I will do is, once I figure out how I want all the rooms in here to be all laid out and whatnot, what I can do here is that. Does that work with a jungle door? No. Well, it might. I just gotta put it in the correct way. How about an Arcadia door? Those look like gel cells. Birch. No. Spruce. Actually, in this case, birch might be the best door to use. Quite colorful, quite nice to use. Let's see. I'm actually going to do a little bit of decorating on these front windows since I'll finish them up real soon. Don't need that. Oh, that doesn't work. Frick. So, what I need to do is, does an iron, what is this, iron bar? Yeah. Does an iron bar connect to it, or no, it works at the same premise that glass does. That means, well, fairly open windows, I guess. Is there anything I can do? I'm actually gonna test something real quick. Yeah, you can't put a button on that. Good. And let's see. I guess not those two. What I want to do is this. Spruce fence. Okay, maybe not a spruce fence. Birch. Oak. My bad, oak. An oak fence. Okay. Not to kind of, so you can, look at it, clear open. I forgot there's a new jump feature. Chat controls, auto jump, I'm done with that. And, quote unquote, open the windows. Nice little take on it, I guess. I mean, definitely could be a lot worse, but I think I'll end this episode here. I mean, while I could keep going on and on and on about how much Minecraft's changed, how the whole idea of sandbox games work and all that kind of good stuff, my past experiences in the game, I really got to end it sometime soon. So this has been the Deathsphere 13. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and share. It really does help out the channel. I don't normally do Minecraft, but if you want to see more Minecraft on the channel, just comment down below, because I never really saw, well, I won't say I never really saw, I mean, I started this channel running off of Minecraft and the like, but If you want to keep up to date with my uploads, I mainly do World of Tanks if you are just new here. Sometimes I'll do things like Minecraft, World of Warships, that kind of stuff. But anyway, this has been the Deathsphere 13. Signing off. Bye.